Alright, my friends, so the Magyars have been a thorn in the side of East Francia for many years. A nomadic people, they had arrived in the Carpathian Basin in 895 AD. Their raids had caused great devastation and several Frankish armies had been destroyed in battle, notably that of Louis the Child at the Battle of Augsburg in 910. In 955, they launched their biggest invasion yet. Hoping to take advantage of a major rebellion that King Otto I had just put down, Horka Wurkshu led a Magyar army into Bavaria. He laid siege to Augsburg, hoping to lure Otto's army into the open terrain surrounding the city, where the Magyar cavalry would be able to maneuver to their advantage. Otto swiftly raised an army and marched to the relief of Augsburg. On 10th of August, he led his army out to Rauforst and deployed behind the Schmutter River. The Magyars left a covering force to watch the city, while the bulk of their army formed up to face the ranks. So the aftermath here is the battle was hard fought, but the Magyars lost most of their army in the retreat from Bavaria, as they had to pass over several defended rivers. So we should technically come out with a victory here. It's been a long time since I've played, though, but of course we will be playing with East Francia against these Magyar invaders, these non-Christian invaders, I should say, coming into there. I'm assuming this is 900 AD. I'm almost certain it is, coming into our area. So we of course want to go ahead and deploy units that we're going to find very useful. We know that the Magyars have excellent cavalry, so I'm not sure if it's a great idea to get cavalry as well, as theirs might excel better than ours. I'm almost thinking that the shield wall against cavalry is going to be very useful, but I can't resist that armored cavalry unit, and I can't resist armored lancers either. What can I say? And for the rest, maybe we go for some shield wall. I'm hoping that this works. I'm really investing a lot in the shield wall, so it better work out. And we'll accept. Alright, let's take a look at this battle. Interesting setup, to say the least. We've got, of course, the Magyars over here. Slav foot. We've got Horka right there, and we've got a tiny little river in front of us. I'm hoping that we can get them to attack us. Obviously, that would be the best scenario in this situation, but look at the cavalry we've got over here. Just absolutely beautiful cavalry. And I'm thinking maybe we could take these guys and try and flank their cav, although we know that the Magyar have some excellent cavalry units here, and mostly horse archers, so almost kind of like Hun tactics. So I think I'm just going to stay put. On this side, however, it's risky no matter what we do. I'm going to stay put and let the enemy attack us. I think that's the right call. Let's see if I'm right. The scary thing is the Magyars pretty much surround us all around there. If you can see that shape, it's like a C shape around our forces. So it looks like they've just advanced with their archers, trying to shoot us out, or outshoot us. Let's see if we can't outshoot them. Really no reason to charge yet. That would just be leading us into a trap. What I am tempted to do is get one of these cavalry units just a little bit closer, just to kind of spy on the enemy, and, you know, assuming maybe they get a little too close for comfort, and it gives us a chance to rush out and hit them for a lot of damage. I'm holding on again, boys. Oh my goodness, they're charging! Wow, these Slavs are very, very brave, I will say that. And it looks like their entire army's moving forward. The Magyars are trying to take us on. They certainly feel they're superior, and they kind of are in many ways, so let's hope that we can pull them off here. Let's see. So that Slav foot is looking really, really juicy. The problem is the second we go and attack it, their cavalry will flank us, and we don't want any of that going on. So for now, I'm actually just going to turn towards them. I will, of course, fire with the archers, but I'm going to actually be firing at their archers. Really still going to try to take out those missile units before they become a problem. And it'd be great if they were on the river there. That would give us a definite attack bonus. We might also bring one of these guys out of this position just to strike that unit. Maybe not the greatest idea in the world, but I can't help myself. Let's go for it. Send those damn Magyars back to hell, boys. So far, I haven't seen any movement here. I'm going to keep things as they are. Got some Slav cavalry on our side as well. So I think this must be a battle between paganism and Christianity. I could be mistaken on this. I believe the Magyars were pagan, but again, I could be wrong. I know that Magyars are modern-day Hungary. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree, or if I'm incorrect on this particular idea. What do we got back here? I didn't even see this. So we've got a few spearmen here, Bohemian spearmen. Yeah, we definitely want to bring those into the fight. But for now, again, we're going to hold our position and pretty much wish for the best. I certainly could go for a charge, but I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do, actually, is I'm going to kind of just get here on the river and prepare for the possibility of having to venture out and smash into that unit. And this, of course, is Duke Conrad the Red. Where's the real star of the show? King Otto right there. And we're keeping him put, or we're staying put for now. We could also maybe attack again and get almost a definite rout. But I want to keep this line strong, so I'm staying put. We need as many of our men here to just hold on this side of the river as possible. The glorious Bavarian spearmen, and see if we can't crush these dogs. How's it going? Good to see you, V. Vargas. Very cool, man. Yeah, oh, interesting. Magyar was pagan. Fortunately, after converting, they stopped raiding around Europe. Yes, indeed. And currently, they are raiding. And look at this. They are taking the bait. They're getting right there on the river tiles. I wonder if we can get a charge here and potentially rout a bunch of Magyars right now. I mean, they're a terror. They're just like the Huns, you know. I think even maybe the same, similar lineage. They are out for blood, they're out for raiding, and we're not going to let that happen. Not if King Otto has anything to say about it. Fragmentation. Oh, there we go. We fragmented them, and I think actually just a shot from our archers could break them. That would work out really well. Let's see if we can get them to break. Breaks. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. What I'm going to do is turn these spearmen this way. Once again, trying to trap the enemy there on the river tiles if possible. I'm even going to push forward here. Oh. No, maybe we should stay put because they're going to be forced to move up again. Complicated situation indeed, friends. So these Slav foot, we can run them down. Again, this could get us entangled with the enemy cavalry. I can't help myself, though. I'm going to go for another impact charge. I'm trying to keep some of the men back, especially the general. Incredibly, they held firm there, the Slav foot. So a little bit tougher than I expected. Let's go ahead. Still trying to get those missile units, even if it means charging in. And that's Duke Bertrand. We don't want to lose him, so I have to commit. I have to commit here to the river at this point. Yep. My God, there we got completely disrupted. Not my finest hour. So I'm going to move up these spearmen to sort of face off against the enemy, and we could even bring in this cavalry unit, prepare for a flank attack. This is assuming that the enemy cavalry can't flank us. Just to make sure, I'm going to keep the Lotharingian armored lancers here to sort of watch the other units back, and even this might not be enough to really watch us back properly. I think we keep them on that river tile. We force our way forward. We have to. We don't have to attack, but if we can keep them on the river tile, in this case, we would be on the river tile, so I'm not doing anything there. But on the areas where we can, I think it's important to do just that. Force them into a compromising situation, and potentially even grab the cavalry we've got here with King Otto and prepare to attack. I might just stay in place one more turn. I'm never this defensive in a battle, so let's hope that at least this works. Because typically being completely offensive doesn't work very well in Field of Glory 2 for me. I will stay on this side of the river, how about that? This unit, I'm going to start heading out this way. Try and get into that little gap. Okay, wish us luck, boys and girls. grassland makes it ideal for these archers. Don't forget, guys, if you're watching the stream or the video here on YouTube, make sure to share this on social media. It really helps to like, comment, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitch, where we originally did this video. But on social media, sharing my stuff is big time. It's really where we get, I would say, 70% of our subscribers on YouTube, and maybe 50% of the ones on Twitch. Look at that, man. I was worried about those horse archers. It's like the Huns have returned. And this is what Vargas was saying about the nomadic horse cultures here. Man, they just excel at this sort of combat. I want to call it unfair. You can't really call any form of combat unfair. The fact is, if they're beating you, they're beating you. So I think it's going to be important to try and route as much infantry as possible. Maybe we can make up routed infantry for all of these horse archers harassing them. Sound totally drowns out your voice. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Okay. Yeah, let's fix that. Thank you, buddy. See, I definitely need people to tell me that. If they don't, I have absolutely no idea. Let's try that. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Really helps when people say that stuff. If you guys can't hear me, if you guys have an issue with the volume, please let me know. Please, because that pretty much just ruined the YouTube video. So I'll be keeping this on Twitch. Not that that's the end of the world. But it could have been a pretty cool video there on YouTube. So thank you, man. All right. So, of course, we are against the Magyars here, playing as the glorious forces of King Otto. And I'm hoping that at this point, we can maybe make a difference, finally break these Magyar dogs. I mean, these are barbarians, will stop at nothing to raid our lands and just completely annihilate our people. So, let's see if we can't break this unit. I hate the fact that Duke Conrad is probably going to be forced to chase that Slav foot. And I don't want to attack over this river, because we're already on a river tile. This is not good. This is where we didn't want to be, essentially. Let's do everything to mitigate it. Don't forget to follow us, boys, if you are new. Always helps out. And I think the YouTube channel link is down below. I'm sorry. Let's see. And please understand, when I say man, I'm speaking in the Southern California surfer dude. This kind of seems to be most of my vocabulary, so I apologize. When I say guy or man, I'm not referencing sex. Let's turn it down even more. Alright, let's see if that works. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay, so, let's see. What to do to slay these Magyars once and for all. It would be great to get a break right here. I'm going to go for it. And I'm actually tempted to kind of turn around and face that unit next turn, but you never know about that damn zone of control. Next turn, we would definitely win this hand-to-hand fight. We wouldn't win on this charge, but we will win next turn, so I'm going for it. I'm definitely going for it. Let's see. Here I'm a little less certain. But maybe since we've already committed to it, let's do it. Okay. Again, if we continued the battle, we would actually win this outcome. And the problem is, if we charge these horse archers, they're just going to run away. I think we just have to keep playing possum. We definitely want to target the horse archers since they're the toughest to get to, pretty much. And we don't want to go on that river tile. That would be a big mistake. It's pretty much what the enemy wants us to do. However, over here, it's almost too tempting to attack. Let's focus on these guys on the right. This is where we could really get some massive damage to the enemy if we play our cards right. We definitely have to get one of these cavalry units to charge here, but we could get another one to actually flank the enemy. So let's go for the attack, the initial attack. The charge will not break them, but it's a start. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I absolutely understand. Please excuse my... and by the way, I'm not even from California. I was born in Florida, but I lived most of my life in New York City. Now I'm in Lisbon, Portugal. Let's... and actually one of my favorite moderators ever on this channel. If you're new here to the channel, our YouTube channel has far more subscribers than our Twitch channel does. We've got about close to 13,000. Was Hypsocratea, and she was a trans woman as well, and probably one of our best moderators ever. Unfortunately, she kind of had to, get back to her life, etc., and wasn't able to really devote as much time to the channel, but c'est la vie. Now, here we go. I am going out with Otto himself, and I don't want to get stuck on that river tile, but sorry, that charge bonus looks too good to be true, and we can also use this opportunity to potentially flank the enemy. Even with those Mongolian sort of horse tactics, we could get a leftward flank here and do quite a lot of damage. So I'm going for the offensive move. This is usually where Agrippa makes a mistake, but hopefully this won't be one of those times. Here we go. Getting a little aggressive here. Yeah, I think we can engage. It's the best thing to do. Once again, that initial charge looks pretty ugly, but the actual melee afterwards for next turn looks great. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and try to take advantage of that. We're technically better fighters than the Slav foot, our Bavarian spearmen. It just takes a while for them to really get in the groove and start stabbing properly here. Let's go for that charge. Nice. I didn't think we would be able to get another attack in. Let's hope that the gods, excuse me, God, we're Christians in this particular Let's Play. God graces us with a victory. And again, I don't really want to attack here because of the river issue, but the chances of a melee win are once again quite high. So, you know what? Here's another option, by the way. Maybe next turn, but I could take these guys, move through. I don't think they're expecting as many of us to be all over the place here. Yeah, Bamboozle, definitely. It is based on a miniatures game, and so is the other game by this particular creator. His name is Richard Bodley Scott. I had the pleasure of meeting him in person when I was working for Slytherin. The guy is awesome. His previous job before this game was a brain surgeon, so that just goes to show you the absolute brilliance of him. Before this was Pike and Shot, and very, very similar game, and that one was set during the 30 Years' War, but it also incorporated the English Civil War and a bunch of other things. So pretty neat stuff. And they're both based on a miniatures game. Sadly, here in Portugal, it is somewhat more difficult to find people interested in playing miniatures games. I know there are communities, but I haven't actually gone to seek them out, frankly. I'm a bit of a social outcast type thing. I'm not a social outcast, I'm just socially anxious. So leaving the house is a bit of a chore. Yeah, we're going to have to go for the attack. We're not on the river tile. Let's do it. But see, that's what I was worried about. 47, that's brutal. Just brutal. I hate having to attack across a river tile, but you got to do what you got to do. And once again, disrupted there, Duke Burchard. I should have trusted my gut instinct. But now I feel committed to attack. Let's hope this works out. We might be able to break them this turn. Here we go, break. Held firm, another double charge. Not bad, not bad. Could have been a lot better. Luckily, Duke Conrad the Red did not charge into battle, so I can now face the enemy here. Keep an eye on them at least. And again, despite being on that river tile, we would technically come out on top in this fight. So I am holding out hope. Not on the charge, that's the problem, but on the actual fight itself. I'm just hoping that King Otto's forces here can win us the fight. If they can get here quickly, we should do very, very well. And of course, we've got some reinforcements on the way. Not very good reinforcements, not a lot of them, but they'll do the trick. Wish us luck, boys. Pray to whatever god you have. Yeah, Vargas, that's my exact problem with miniatures, is just finding people to play. I think another problem is having the internet makes it a lot harder for miniature communities to thrive, because you've got like Tabletop Simulator, games like that, where you can essentially set up a game online, and I know it's not the same as actually holding the miniatures in your hand and painting them and etc., but you know, it's unfortunately just an easier route to playing a game. By the way, Bamboozle, I have to know, and I'm sorry, I'm such a Twitch noob. What does the camera by your name mean? I see you have like a little camera icon. I don't like that unit is a bit jumpy, to say the least. Oh, is it a battery? Yeah, it might be a battery. Come on. 39, that's what we like to see, but he held firm despite that 39. Could have done a lot better than that. Held firm again. These Magyars are tough. We are disrupting them, though. We are disrupting them. This is the key to victory right here. So let's get these Bavarian Spearmen to follow through. Oh, it's Twitch Turbo. Oh, nice. That makes sense. Here we go. Breaks. Oh, yes. We got the second unit fragmented. Absolutely great. We could potentially go ahead and knock out another unit here with the Bavarian Spearmen. I'm loving these Bavarian Spearmen. No! I thought for sure we would break through, and the zone of control will not allow us run through. Oh, but look at this. This is why, my friends, we got the flanking attack. Now, we could actually do really well against the cavalry, but I cannot help but do a rear charge here. There we go. A break again on the Magyar line. Send these pagans back to hell. Here we go. Glad we actually decided to get a little bit aggressive here. Flank charge. This should be a victory. No, I have not, Bamboozle. I'm very inexperienced in miniature games, as much as you would expect somebody like me to love miniatures. I've always wanted to get into them. It's just, it's always been difficult to find a crowd of people to play. The only one I got into temporarily was Flames of War, and I loved it. And another reason is that compared to like Warhammer 40k, Flames of War was so affordable. You know, it was also based on World War II, which I love. So I did play a little bit of that and had a lot of fun. But besides that, yeah, I'm not sure of like the other stuff. I know some about like Warhammer 40k. Never been a huge fan personally. All right, we're sending in the Thuringians. All of Deutschland is represented in this fight. And I definitely want to try and put as much damage as possible on those horse archers. I hate those horse archers, and frustratingly enough, they'll be probably the only ones left in this fight on the enemy side at the end, even if we get a victory. Here we go. We could go ahead and commit. They're probably going to retreat anyway. Yep. Wish us luck here, my friends. A beautiful break there, and the enemy is disrupted. If we can continue this, we can truly have victory. Another break. God is with us, it seems. But again, this is only 16% of the enemy army. This is a massive Magyar army. And they're not giving up without a fight. Let's go ahead and face those Magyars. Hopefully next turn we can get in for a nice attack here, and we can get a great attack with Duke Conrad the Red. He's proven himself to be quite a hero in this fight already, but that's so frustrating when the enemy's able to get a cheap retreat like that. Just kind of got out of that situation quite easily. We're going to move forward just to get the best hit we can on the disrupted unit. It's only 2, but, you know, even a tiny chance to get a disrupted unit to rout is always good. Yep, I'm going for it. We're getting on that river tile. And again, not great. But we held firm, although very unwise what I just did there. Hey, Bobster. How you doing, buddy? Warhammer quests. I've never heard that. See, these are games I've never, ever seen. I mean, I've played, you know, like, oh gosh, what is that one? Dawn of War? Is it Dawn of War 2? I love that. I also love Dawn of War 1. And I've actually, you know, I like the lore in Warhammer 40k. I've just never been into the miniatures, and primarily because of price. Those miniatures are absurdly expensive. Okay, it's time for King Otto's cavalry to be the heroes in this fight. Let's go for it, guys. Actually, those odds are not as good as I thought they'd be. Hold on a second. Here's what we can do. We can get him engaged with another unit. I think this will work. It might not. Okay, disruption. Fragmentation. Sound like Dr. Strangelove here, sorry. We are fragmenting them and disrupting them. Soon they will be nothing. Yeah, I'm not all about that. So I think that next turn that'll resolve itself. I'm sure we'll wipe them out. Still, a few of these Magyars running away. What do you guys think? Can you call it now? Let me know down below if you think we've got a victory here or if it's too early to tell. 30. That's what I love to see. Another disruption. Unfortunately, we can't do anything in terms of getting another attack this turn. And we'll let our Lotharingian Lancers maybe catch their breath here for a bit. I think a close victory at the moment, says Babe Vargas. As long as those two pincers on the left and right side don't reach us, then I think you're probably right. Another fragmentation on the enemy line. And we did get one of our Lancers to break, unfortunately. One of the Lotharingians couldn't hack it. And my god, those Magyar horse archers, even at close range, and that's one thing I love about playing as any sort of Hunnic army. I'm going to just use that term Hunnic. It's not appropriate in this context whatsoever. Well, it kind of is, because they're both Hungarians. But essentially, they're very good at not only being horse archers, but even in close combat, they excel. They know how to fight up close and personal as well. That just makes them a terrifying force to be reckoned with. Even if you do catch up to them, unless you catch them, you know, from the back on a flank attack, they're not going to go down without a fight at all. And I sort of expected that. The Dothraki, says Vargas. Yeah, a lot like the Dothraki, actually. I'm sure they built up... Well, I think the difference with the Dothraki, I could be wrong on this, from seeing Game of Thrones, they seem to be more of a charging type Hunnic army, which does exist as well, where you don't just have, you know, people have this image of just horse archers in a Hunnic army, but you would also have, you know, shot cavalry, all that stuff, be sort of a combination of the two. Unfortunately, they did break. Lotharingian Spearmen, you've been so brave. You've been so brave. And some more disruption on the enemy side. A break on the enemy side, that's what I like to see. But they're definitely starting to affect us here. Another fragmentation here. I think we can crush these guys quite easily. A lot of fragmentations on the enemy side, guys. We just have to make the most of these. They held firm on that attack. We can't allow that to happen. And there we go. Another break. We managed to knock them out. I think it's because they were on that river tile. It just makes them a lot weaker. We just can't respond properly. It's looking good, my friends. Looking quite good. There we go. A beautiful break. Our Swabian Spearmen. Once again, I told you, every part of Germany is represented here to save us from these dogs. the Magyars. Don't forget that during this time period, there was also a rebellion going on against King Otto. So pretty much the Magyars saw this as the perfect opportunity to consolidate, you know, their position and perhaps even get a victory. I am going to charge with the protected Lancers just because we got such a good attack there. We'll probably have to wait till next turn to see that attack come to fruition. And let's keep attacking with Duke Conrad the Red. As you see, he's lost some men. In fact, he's used to have 171 knights. He now has 121. But I think he's just been so brave. We've got to keep him fighting. There's Duke Burchard. I'd prefer not to have him chase the enemy, so let's see if we can break them here. And there we go, another Magyar break. And we've disrupted this unit. Too bad we don't have that archer unit. Oh, we do have that archer unit close by. Just don't think he's going to be able to get a shot here. Ooh, yes, we can get a shot. Look at that. Not great. The Magyars are much better archers than us, of course. I was hoping that would go a lot better than it did. Got to stop them from crossing the river, so I am going to engage. Oh boy, yeah, I'll just stay put with that unit. This guy's going to get caught out in the open. He's definitely toast. But the rest of our... Look at this. This entire side is crushed. So let's just try to keep on pushing the Magyar Noble Cavalry back, and hopefully we'll get into a good position here, hitting units that are already out here trying to hit us. And look at that. We actually did manage to charge through. It worked out pretty well. So we'll just ignore the retreating units and just keep on pushing. Try to make the best of this cavalry roll-up we've got going on. It's not always bad to hit these routing units, because sometimes we can actually get behind the standard fighting units. Send this guy through. Sort of just trap that spearman, but we kind of wanted to bring him up over here anyway. And look at those Magyar bodies. It's looking good for us. It's looking good. Of course, we've got some Magyars closing in here, which definitely makes me a little worried. I'm going to turn towards them. I'm going to turn this unit around, and I'm going to see if we can't maybe at least put up somewhat of a fight against them. It's frustrating to have to charge these guys, but you got to do what you got to do. These guys are finished. We might actually be better going behind enemy lines to maybe avoid a flank charge. And yeah, I'll keep them there. Keep moving up the reinforcements, of course. Vargas says under Belisarius, the Byzantines also adapted a horse archer that could melee. They were horse archer cataphracts. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Oh, neat. Thanks, Bamboozle. I'm gonna check out those games. I mean, as long as they're, like, somewhat affordable and not, like, 40K prices, then I'm always willing to buy them. I took a risk with that attack for sure. What about over here? I think we've done everything we can. Let's end the turn. I really don't want to. We're so close to a victory here. So many enemy units that are terrified of us at the moment. Everything is cheaper than 40K, she says. Exactly. I don't want to give a, I don't want to plug a channel, but if anybody wants to look up, I actually can't remember the name of the channel, but if you just type in 40K business practices animated, that's pretty much what they're like. Welcome aboard, friends. We've been playing these Magyars for quite a while. We're doing fairly well right now, but you know how quickly these particular forces can turn a battle around. So welcome to the stream. Also make sure to follow us if you're new. Come on, let's get some breaks. Really want the melee phase to start as soon as possible here. And there we go, flank attack. That's what I'm always worried about. Even with them being fragmented, we did just lose a general. It was actually due Conrad the Red. He had fought so bravely during this battle, so at least he died with honor. Thankfully, it wasn't King Otto, but I never like to see a general go down like that. It's never good in this game specifically. We got a nice little break. We could only get this all along the enemy line. I'm really tempted to charge the Magyar horse archers, but the chances of them actually staying put and letting us charge them are slim to none. Then again, miracles do happen. Speaking of miracles... so. Oh, here we go, guys. A flank charge. Did not go as well as I thought it would, and at least we can fight back a bit, but yeah, even there, it wouldn't be in our best interest to do anything. What I will do is continue to try to charge these other units and just push our advantage with cavalry on the right side. There we go, a rear attack. That's what we need to get. They actually held firm against that, which is amazing. We'll push up with these spearmen so that they're trapped completely. And let's try to knock out as many of these Magyars as possible. If they want to fight unfair, we can certainly do that. Vargas says the battle could still go either way. I totally agree with you, Vargas. I really want to follow up on those retreating units, but not every time. So I'll do it here, for instance, just to get us closer to the enemies here. Nice, we're going to get this flank attack because the enemy is out of stamina, and we broke them. Beautiful, that's what I like to see. I'm not sure if we can catch these guys, though. They seem to elude us every time. I'm still going to try to chase them, though, because they won't be able to fire. So we can just keep chasing them around the field, pretty much. Another charge. Here we go. Disrupted. Oh, yes. King Otto's cavalry is working together, and King Otto himself is in this fight. This is not one we can lose, but I am going to go ahead and advance with all of my spearmen at this point. Get everybody here. They're actually going to try to hold against us. It would be great... Wow, they fell back. Cowards. I was going to say it would be great if we could hold them there one turn. And then get a charge bonus on them. This is where things are very, very, very uncertain. So I'm just going to face the enemy. And let them make the first move. Yeah, we've got to go for the charge. We've got to go for it. Just because of the odds here. And I know they're going to retreat, but again, this lets Duke Bouchard get over here near the other enemy soldiers. Gives us an opportunity to potentially break through here. 7% chance of a win, 4% chance of a loss. That's awful. our chance of a charge is not going to succeed, but if we can hold on, we can win. It's like flipping a coin, honestly. Yeah, not much happened. Take care, Vargas. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I think you're new, Bamboozle. I could be wrong, but it's nice to have you here. Welcome aboard. I'm going for the charge. I always make this mistake, I know, but I have to. We'll stop there, end the turn. At least we see some dispersal amongst the enemy units. That's kind of a good thing. Oh yes, more disruptions. Oh, I can't believe one of their units actually managed to rally there. That's never a good sign. And remember, they have taken out one of our generals. We have not taken out one of theirs. Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah, that was, I mean, it was a fun time when we played it, the Imperator thing. It was really enjoyable to do that multiplayer stream. However, I think since the game is kind of, I don't know if you agree, it just seems that it just hasn't gotten the best press. It hasn't gotten the best reception. I think they just recently did a huge update. I'm going to take a look very soon, but yeah, it's unfortunate. I definitely don't consider it the best Paradox game by any stretch of the imagination, but I like it. You know, it's fun. Yes, it has. Yeah, it is. I'm not going to say that here because we want to try to upload this to YouTube after, but yeah, I agree. It kind of has. It's sad. It's sad. But again, they did just recently do an update. I'm not sure how good that update is, but I did read an article on it, and it looks like they've really changed quite a lot of stuff. And added things, etc. You know, probably for the better. I will give Paradox the benefit of the doubt in the sense that with almost all their games, they get better with time. It's like a fine wine. You really have to let them age. If you just play, you know, the initial release, you're not going to be that impressed. Yeah, the Pompeii update. That's what it's called. Thank you, Bamboo. Come on, we just want a victory. It's not unlike at all East Franks speaking like Germans right now, so don't hold it against me, people. Let's do the charge with Duke Burchard. And that's a break. Oh, please let us kill these Magyars. We're going to have to wait till next turn to charge them. What about over here? It looks like these horsemen are about to break. There we go. Now, the rest held firm, but we did disperse the others. I think we pretty much just killed them because they were trapped. Let's move through with our spearmen, our Bavarian spearmen here. Give them some of the glory here of this attack. 11. They still held firm. I really want to kill these guys since they actually rallied, which annoys me. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. We actually cut down a few of them as well, and I'm still going to keep chasing this unit. I'm essentially just trying to keep them away from the battlefield. We actually managed to catch up to them, but we didn't lock on. We just pretty much caught some stragglers. It's really more of a defensive thing. There's no way we're ever going to catch those guys. That left side is really bothering me. Alright, we can actually get an impact hit here. Let's go for it. And, of course, the enemy's going to retreat. But if we can potentially chase them here, look at this, guys. They're out of stamina. A rear attack with spearmen. This should go well. Unfortunately, not as well as I thought. And how can they, again, fall back? That seems a little bit unfair to me. You can't have, like, double your stamina. Once you're out of stamina, you're out of stamina. You're not running anymore. Must have been collusion. They must have gotten help from the Magyar people in the area, perhaps. Perhaps they sympathize with these pagan animals. Alright, here we go. Let's go for a charge. Show a nice impact charge there, a disruption on the enemy. Yeah, I didn't expect us to grab all of them, but it's a start. It's a start, again. And I think this guy, we've caught him. So let's try to commit to remaining in this area, at least. Beautiful. See, sometimes chasing the enemy does work out. In that case, it did. I'm going to move this fellow up here. Our cavalry has just won the day, I think. I don't want to jinx myself and say that they've won, but they've done an amazing job so far. Trying to sort of cut off our... Yeah, pretty much cut off the enemy assault. Let's keep going. Send those spearmen across. At this point, we might as well commit all of our forces. I'm going to get a little closer to try to maximize damage and get a flank shot on the horse archers. Only 2. Wow. Our guys desperately need practice. That's for sure. Chasing horsemen with spearmen. I know it sounds crazy, but at this point I'm just trying to keep them away from the battlefield because we've got so many of the enemy units that are already about to rout that if we can just keep any support from getting to them, I think we can accomplish that task and pretty much beat them before they even get to the battlefield. So I'm just kind of trying to keep them away. It's almost like riot control at this point. There we go. And, you know, as Vargas said before he left, it's still anyone's battle. It really is. Yeah, Bamboozle says, I think people wanted Imperator to be like EU4 after all its DLC or something like that. Well, the thing that I understood from the game is that they were kind of trying to merge EU4 and Crusader Kings 2 and to create like an ancient game. I think the idea behind it is great, and that's why I still have hope in the DLCs and stuff. But somehow trying to merge those two didn't work out. And really, I think the real issue, the biggest issue of the game, as most people have mentioned, is the mana system. You know, just being able to pretty much accrue research points to advance in the game. It doesn't really give you any other reason to do anything but just accrue research points and try and improve your country constantly. There's no other avenue to victory, if that makes sense. You know, unless you just build like a massive army and pretty much just, you know, go horde on everybody. Come on, come on. You can do it, man. We finally disrupted that unit. I like the Magyars fighting style, I must say, but hopefully they'll be so busy chasing the units of ours that they've knocked out that they won't be able to get back to the actual battle going on there in the center of the screen. For King Otto! Death to the pagans! We got a fragmentation going on. See if our spearmen can break through, and a break on the Magyar line. Look at that, guys. They're still evading us. And I'm still going to probably try to chase down as many of them as possible, but for now, I'm going to focus on returning these guys to the real fight going on. We can even try to catch this unit here. The Horka Bushu, this is the Magyar facing us. Look at that armor, guys. He's got some really badass armor. I think it's awesome. Unfortunately, it's going to be stained with his blood, but let's do it. Here's what we're going to try to do. I don't think we can. I was going to try to set us up for a flank attack next turn. I'll move these guys through as well. And we definitely want to flank here. Look at this. Disrupted on the enemy unit. Fragmented. Can we break them with the Bavarian Spearmen? Fingers crossed. And they held firm. Oh, just when I thought that was going to work out perfectly. Let's at least fire at these Magyar cavalry behind our lines. And I am going to charge them. Oh, how frustrating is that, guys? We can't turn towards them and charge this turn. Even though they're right next to us and they couldn't possibly run away. So I'm going to turn and fire with the archers. Disrupted! Look at that. That's the first time our archers outshot the Magyars. Let's go again. Not great, not awful. If you can quote the Chernobyl line, where the rest of the Chernobyl line where that statement is made, then you win a prize. It's not a good prize, though, to be honest. All right, let's. Oh boy. I'm going to turn this way with Duke Burchard. This is where we're doing really poorly. I'm actually going to sort of try to make an escape. Unless he's really properly disrupted. Let's see, he is. So no, I have to fire. All for nothing. We might finally be able to actually catch this guy. And we did, guys. We also fragmented him, which is an extra bonus. And with this unit, I'll turn around. Prepare to face the enemy. Yeah, again, we'll turn around and face the field. We're pretty much just returning to the field after running off all these Magyars. And let's move through with King Otto himself, guys. He's there on his stallion, waiting to make contact with the rest of the enemy army. We'll go ahead and push, of course, all of the spearmen across the river here. I think at this point we can say that we are in control of the area. The Magyars' time is over. We'll at least face them here. If they intend to charge, we've at least got some spearmen. And let's end the turn. There we go with their missiles. Really starting to do some dramatic damage with the missiles once again. They don't let up on those. They did for a bit, but it seems like they're reintroducing them to the battle. Look at that. So it looks like they're dedicating a lot of horse archers just to chase our units that are rallying. That's what I like to see. Another break, guys. Another break. It's going to be a break right there. Nope, they held on. There we go, finally. Maybe we'll trigger a break here with Horka himself. That's, of course, the leader of the Magyars. If we could kill him, I think it's almost... victory is pretty much assured. They've lost their main general, and that would be it. There we go. The enemy has lost heart. You are victorious. We got it. We didn't even need to kill Horka, but let's see the final... tally here in terms of casualties. The enemy is defeated, and I will accept victory gracefully, of course. So our difficulty was Tribune, 2 out of 6. We could have done something much more difficult. Maybe next time we'll move up to the next difficulty, which is Legate, or Legate. And let's see what the casualty count is. So not up to 1,000 on either side, but we certainly scared the Magyars off, and I'm happy for that. So at least we did that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the game, enjoy the DLC specifically, and I hope to see you guys in the future as well. The music is insanely loud. Yeah, we might need to turn on the music as well. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you'll catch more streams, Bamboo. And again, anybody that's new, follow us. If you want to do us a huge favor, just share our channel on social media. If you want to share the YouTube channel or a specific video you like, you think we get other people interested, please do. And make sure to also add me on Twitter. Same as here, except the only thing is instead of Agrippa Maxentius, it's Agrippa Maxentiu. So it's TIU without the S, because I couldn't fit in the entire name on Twitter. Thank you, Twitter. We appreciate that. Alright, take care. Thank you, everyone. And great chat, by the way. Got a very educated audience here, which means I get to go to you guys for specific points, etc., which makes me happy. Thank you again, everyone. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.